So, is the Logitech MX Master 3S a good mouse? Is the hype warranted? Because I can guarantee you've heard people talk about it. Either they own it and they love it, or they want one, whatever the case might be. Is it warranted? Is this a good mouse? Well, absolutely. And let me explain why. So I want to start with something very simple. Why is this mouse, the Logitech MX Master 3.7, so popular? And I think one of the biggest reasons, 100%, has to do with the ergonomic support you get when you hold this thing. I mean, it literally just melts in your hand. It makes it so easy to hold. I mean, whether you're working for 30 minutes to an hour, or you're working from an hour to 10 hours, either way, this mouse creates such a nice hold that you genuinely forget you're holding a mouse. And I think that is one of the most important things when it comes to picking a mouse, is the comfort. So besides just the comfort, right, this mouse is easily designed to supercharge a workflow. And let me explain what I mean by that. So the scroll wheel on this mouse is the best I've felt, if I'm being completely honest. It is smooth, it's fast, and it shifts seamlessly without any trouble. You also have the ability to set two separate modes for the scroll wheel. One is just infinite scrolling, free scroll, however you want to call it. The other one is something Logic calls ratchet scroll. Now, ratchet scroll means that it clips onto each individual line segment, making each scroll one line instead of just sort of an infinite number of them. And the best part is you get to control this, making this mouse even better for your use case. So this mouse packs an 8000 DPI sensor. And it is a crazy sensor at that. Now this mouse, funny enough, works on so many different kinds of surfaces. Now I have a leather mouse pad right here. However, do not feel like you are held down by a mouse pad to get this mouse to work, as this thing works on anything and everything. I mean, it works so well on so many different objects. Genuinely is the best mouse sensor I have ever used. So as you can see, this mouse does actually charge with USB-C. Now the battery on the inside is around 500 milliamp hours, which is not massive by any means, but because it's a little bit smaller, that means that you can charge incredibly quickly. And by quickly, I mean we're talking like 1 minute of charge will last you about 3 hours of actual use. That's pretty quick. So if you're somebody that's going to be using this mouse in a work scenario, for example, good news for you, the actual clicking mechanism on this mouse is silent. Alright, so the next point I want to cover for a quick moment is the Logitech software. Now, this thing is crazy because it really allows you to get into all of the different buttons, because as you can see on the mouse itself, there are tons of buttons. We have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, like there's like 100 buttons on here. So what we're going to do is we're going to open the software, we're going to click on the mouse. Now this gives you tons and tons and tons of control. So if you look at the left section here, we have buttons, point and scroll, easy switch, flow, settings, stuff like that. Basically we can click on this, and if I click the circle here, but let's say we want to change what these two little programmable buttons do on the left side of the mouse. So right now it's set to whatever it was on default when I made it for the App Store. But let's say when we're in the App Store, we want to open up the calculator. So we'll just click on calculator, and when I'm in the App Store here, if I just kind of pull this into the section, when I click this button, it will automatically open the calculator just like that. Now that in this case might not be the best example of what you can do with this. However, right, to know you can do it is awesome. And if you really want to, you can actually use these buttons to run different shortcut commands. So in my case, when I'm in Final Cut, I use Command B a lot, which just cuts clips. So what you can do is just have this button automatically Command B, and so it just captures, or it cuts a little bit out of that process. But you can also, of course, have this mouse open up apps, you know, specific apps depending on the button you click. So say I open up Safari often, right, I can use one of the buttons to open up Safari just to make it a little bit easier. So I've been talking really positively about this mouse this entire video. So you might be wondering, Isaac, are there any downsides that I should, be aware of? And to that I say, Very, very little. I think the biggest thing might be the price, and this mouse comes at around $100. Wherever you're going to find it, give or take $10, like it's about $100. However, when you compare that $100 price tag to all the things this mouse can do, it all of a sudden seems much more worth that $100 price tag. So even though it is, maybe a somewhat expensive mouse, trust me, you're getting your money's worth 100%. Now I know I said that price might be the biggest issue, but debatably there actually is one issue that could be larger, and that is that this mouse is designed for right-handed use only, which means if you are a lefty, then it's just not built for that hand. And so although it's perfectly comfortable in the right hand, if you're left-handed, it's not going to work as well. And I will mention, this mouse is debatably overkill for, a certain group of people. Now, someone who's going to take advantage of all these buttons and all this software will have a lot more fun with it and be able to really genuinely use it. But if you are just someone who, just needs a mouse as a pointer, this might be a little expensive. It might be a little too much. But again, ergonomics on this mouse are impeccable, so I will keep that in mind. So, after all I've mentioned, is this mouse overhyped? Is it perfectly hyped? Is it underhyped? Is it worth it? And to that I have to say, this mouse is 100% worth it. It is perfectly designed for people who are trying to get into digital work, to create designs, edit videos. So this mouse is 100% a productivity powerhouse. It is perfect for creators or designers or really anyone who values efficiency and productivity. So that's been it. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please remember to like, subscribe, and hit the bell, as it helps me out a ton. And leave a comment, let me know what you thought. Have you used this mouse before? Do you want one? Like, let me know. I would love to have a discussion about it. But I mean, man, it's impressive. It is an impressive mouse. But that's been it. See ya.